Do I look naked? I'm not naked. I have clothes on. I have like miscellaneous glitter particles on my face that I can't get off. It won't come off. I've literally scratched at them and it won't come off. I don't know if it's like stuck in there. I don't know. But hello, it's Kendall here. If you notice that my voice is slightly lower today, it's because Kendall is filming at midnight the day of Storytime Sunday. It was funny because I like had my makeup off and I was going to lay my head down for slumber, and I opened my eyes like Squidward and realized, ah crap, I didn't record Storytime Sunday. And I know that's a lot of you guys' favorites, so like that's why I'm here for you. I'm here to talk to you, to let you know about the business. And so if you're watching this video for the first time, you're on the 4th episode of Storytime Sundays, which is where this month of June I'm making Storytimes every Sunday. Don't worry for you guys that are just joining and you're like, I just got here. Kendall has more Storytimes. They just won't be every Sunday, but they'll be there. So if you want to watch them, be sure to click that notification so you know everything that's uploaded. This Storytime is going to be slightly different from other Storytimes that I've done, basically every Storytime that I've done, because more so than it's intended to be like funny or shocking, this one's more about advice, because people are weird, and people are weird everywhere. People are weird in your own town, and there are people weird in Korea. So I just want people to realize that that's the case. I was taking like a course that was pretty much entirely focused on speaking. Like a good 80% of the entire course was devoted to speaking. Chatting with one of my classmates. I don't know why that was so hard for me to remember that word. Chatting with one of my classmates, and I was asking her like, hey, have you been able to meet any cool like language exchange partners for outside of class? Because I want to practice, because I don't want to fail this class. Like, I was a scholarship student and I'm like, I ain't got money. I don't have the money to pay you back if I fail. I ended up doing fine, but I was just real stressed in a lot of ways. And basically she was like, I mean, you can try apps, but I don't really recommend trying apps. If I recall correctly, she never actually explained to me why. She was just like, they get kind of weird. Come on, I'm kind of weird. Like, ooh, this is fine. I can deal. I could not deal. Basically, she introduced me to this app called Hellotalk, and some of you may have tried it. Basically, it's just a website where you say what your native language is and you say the language that you're trying to learn, and then it kind of lets you know people that are trying to learn the same language that you already speak, and so you can exchange languages. Another fun fact about this app that I was not aware of, that a good 70 to 80% of its users are male. I did not know that. So suddenly what I thought was just an innocent language exchange app is filled with a lot of dudes that for some reason don't talk to other dudes. They never talk to other dudes. So essentially this innocent app had suddenly turned into Tinder. You can scroll through, you can see people's pictures, and you can pick some pretty girl or pretty guy or whatever to talk to and be like, yeah, language exchange. Like, what's your contact information? We should meet up. And you think it's a language exchange, but they trying to exchange them digits and bodily fluids. That was gross. All correctly, I had like signed in with my Facebook account, so like it had the picture of my ID, and I was not cute on Facebook. Still not cute on Facebook. And the curly hair attracted people, I'm not gonna lie, because I was suddenly very exotic. Ooh, if I can date her, I can touch that. Like, that's kind of how the feel I had a lot when I was in Korea the first time. My experience with a weave the second time was actually very, very different, but that's neither here nor there. So I make this account, I don't add anyone as a friend, I don't actually know how the app works. I was just like, I'll leave my phone and just like come back to this at some point. There's one crucial problem with that. No one had informed me as a default setting that it turns your locations on this app, or at least it used to. I don't know if it still does it. I set my phone down, and now every man in a 20-mile radius knows that Kendall is in Seoul. And they also know, because you can let people know what your level of Korean is, that my Korean isn't terrible. Like, I can have conversation with people. So my phone blew up. My phone blew up very, very quickly. And I was just so confused. I was like, who are these people? Why are these people? And they were letting me know that they were in a close area. I was like, how does my phone? Oh, location is on. Like, I'm gonna turn that off. I feel weird about meeting people from the internet. I know this is 2017 and people are like, oh my god, I totally meet people all the time from the internet. I don't meet nobody from the internet unless we just happen to meet, or if there's a very special occasion why I'm going out of my way to meet someone from the internet. I don't do it. I don't like people. So there you go. I didn't answer any of these messages at all. And basically I go to my classmate and I'm like, girl, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? All you said was that it was interesting. It's not interesting. It's a war zone. He was like, well, that's what I was kind of getting at. A lot of guys go on there to find foreign girlfriends and they kind of disguise it as my language partner. But I'm not looking for a man. That wasn't my intention or my goal in making this account. I wanted education and enlightenment. I wanted to exchange knowledge, not the booty. And so it kind of turned me off from the idea of using the app. So I waited a few days and I was like, wait a second, I don't have any other option though, because I'm still not trying to fail. Not everyone on this app can be looking for a girlfriend. I know I'm not looking for a boyfriend, so there must be some people on this app that are just like trying to chill. Side note, as I'm saying this, I recall someone basically saying that Kindle does nothing but make stories about fetishizing Korean men, which is like, did you even watch the video? Literally all of my stories are about me being like, nah, I'm okay, fam. If I was gonna fetishize Korean men, I'm not doing it very well. Like, I'm not being effective in this at all. But okay. So basically I'm like, yeah, but I guess I'll message somebody that messaged me and be like, maybe they're like decent people. So I start responding to messages and maybe we could be friends or whatever, you know. Up to that point, I had easily received about 200 to 300 messages in about a 24, maybe 48 hour period. So I just started going through them. I know that the website has recently made changes, so this is not necessarily the dynamic anymore, but at the time they had no restrictions, and basically people were on there to get a girlfriend who would also be their free tutor so that they can pass exams. So anyway, I started answering messages, and one of them was this dude that was like, hey, how are you, like, what are you up to? I see that you are in Sinchon. Keep in mind, this is before I turned off location, so he had messaged me prior to me changing that, because it told him that I was in a like 3-minute train ride away from him. He was staying in Hongdae and he was like, oh my god, let's meet up. I could be a burly ass man. I could sacrifice goats. He don't know nothing about me. And we didn't even talk that long. It was literally, hi, how are you? How are you? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Want to meet up? No, I don't want to meet up. We shouldn't be meeting up. Let's just, talk a little more, and then if I'm still here for a while, so like maybe we can meet up at some point if I've vetted that you are not a psychopath. He was like, but we're so close. Like, I'm at Hongdae. You're probably at Yonsei, right? I was not at Yonsei, by the way. I was in the area, but I was not at Yonsei University at this time. I didn't tell him where I was, but I was like, I'm an exchange student, so I'm just kind of here for a while. If at some point you wanted to meet up, maybe very far in the future. This dude just blatantly ignored all of my cards, like, no, I don't want to meet up, I don't know you, I don't want to have this interaction, blah blah blah, and was basically like, well, I work as an aibaseng. What is aibaseng in English? Like a student part-time worker. He has a part-time job and he's also a student, so they combine the words together. And I can come wherever you are after I'm done at work. That's okay. I don't want to meet up. I'm still trying to be nice because I'm like, yeah, Sinchon is a small place. I don't want to be walking around and end up meeting this dude. I'm distinct. I'm the only black girl with a fro in the 10-mile radius, and I'm like, don't want to be caught outside. So basically he was like, I end work somewhere like 7 o'clock and I'll come where you are and we can go out and maybe get some drinks and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just stop answering. I'm okay. Like, no, I'm good. No. So I stop answering and I go to class and then I come back and I kind of forget about everything and I end up going to, I don't remember where, I just wasn't in my dorm. I get a text from him and he said, I'm outside of your dorm. And I'm like, looks like I'm not going back to my dorm. And the moment he says that, I'm just like, oh god. But I was like, crap, how do I get back? Because if he's like sitting on a bench or something outside of the dorm, like, what do I do? Like, do I go through the back door? You couldn't go through the back door of Seogang's like international student dorms. And I was like, how do I get through? There's usually like police officers in front of like, or in the front desk of Korean dorms, so there's usually someone there. But I was like, I don't want want to risk it. This dude sound crazy. But then I knew I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay because the last text I see from him is, aren't you at one of the names of a Yonsei, like, what is the name of the Yonsei one? SK Global? It's the foreigner dorm, quote unquote, at Yonsei. And I wasn't at Yonsei, I was at Seogang. So I was like, let me go home now. I went home, I locked all the doors. I said nothing to nobody, didn't want to see nobody. I stayed under the covers. I blocked him, by the way. Deleted the app too, because I was like, I didn't learn no Korean. That's not my scene. Kindle's not into it. Now, the reason why I think this video is kind of important, because I think a lot of people don't realize this is a thing in Korea. There are people that really, really want to date a foreigner because A, they're curious of dating a foreigner, and B, you're very economical. They don't have to take a hagwon. It's because you're their girlfriend, so like they help you out. I've had friends tell me like they've started relationships with guys, and then after they took their test, they broke up. I was like, what? That's so messed up. Like, if I didn't have trust issues already, I definitely got them now. So guys, keep in mind that that is something that could happen. So this video is more like a PSA. Something to think about, something that people don't really talk about. I'm all about spreading that knowledge, so let's spread that knowledge. Peace. If you like this story time, or if you at least found it helpful in some way, don't forget to like this story time. Also, I'm going to be having a live stream today on Africa TV. The link is down in the description box. Some people were saying that they couldn't do it, like access the channel for some reason, but I don't have a problem. But if you go on Africa TV and put in Kenny, just not the JD, but just Kenny, you should be able to find me, and you can come hang out with me. The time is going to be a little different than it usually is. I usually post at 7 p.m., but this time we're going to go for 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope that's okay for you guys that are up, because I have to go to my cousin's birthday dinner. So I still wanted to have live stream though, because I like talking to you guys, and I kind of gassed up live stream in my last video, and I'm like, then I don't have it? What? That's stupid. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.